Pat McGuinness, National Housing Party, United Kingdom. So the welfare state, I think most people will understand that the reason we're trillions in debt is because of the welfare state. And traditionally, the Conservative Party are supposed to be against this, but over the years, for them to get into power, they have continually had to say that they will continue with, the NHS, the welfare state, benefit system, benefits for everything basically, legal aid, housing benefit, child benefit, unemployment benefit. And this is why the whole system has moulded into one because of this, this welfare state, in my opinion. And just recently, Reform UK was supposed to be the genuine Conservatives. They've just capitulated to it as well by saying they're going to raise the cap on 2 children for child benefit. And at the end of the day, people, we've got to, someone's got to stand up and say something. And I'm just kind of like exploring whether or not the welfare state should be completely scrapped. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about disabled and elderly, they should be looked after. I'm talking about anyone from the age of like 18 to their 50s, and whether you're a mother or not. Now, it might sound a bit harsh, but, everyone, including mothers, single mothers, if they are going to get any payments, there should be some kind of thing they've got to do. So, a creche could be open for these single mothers. They could go there and the creche could look after their children, and then the single mothers can work from 9 to 5 doing something, cleaning the streets, anything. Some sort of thing putting back into the system to something to do to get this money, what they will need to survive. Now, this would automatically stop people claiming benefits, because a lot of people won't want to do that. And at the end of the day, it's going to make young ladies start thinking about who they're going to have children with, because at the moment, same with men and they can just go around having children all over the place, and they know the state's going to look after them. And it's just can't go on like this. It's ruining society. And at the end of the day, women are going to be a lot more careful of who they choose to be the father of their children. Ideally, it should be Christian. They should be getting married. People shouldn't be having sex before marriage. That is the Christian way. And so, yeah, at the end of the day, should we completely scrap the welfare state? As in just giving people money for nothing? Unemployment benefit, child benefit, housing benefit. No, I don't think we should. I think we should completely scrap the whole lot. And if you want to get money from the state, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to go and clean the streets for a few hours, clean off graffiti somewhere. It could be anything. But this would make society more responsible, making consequences for people's actions. And that's what Christianity was before. There's consequences if you commit a sin. I'm not sin free. I've sinned. I sin every day. But I repent. I pray for forgiveness. But at the moment, we are trillions in debt, and even Reform are supposed to be the breath of fresh air, anti-establishment. They're just moulding into the Lib Lab con now with this latest policy they announced by scrapping the 2 children cap on child benefit. So Reform's not the answer. They're just going to be another Conservative Party Mark II. All the same people are going to start flooding into Reform, and all the grassroots Reform members and activists are going to be overlooked, pushed aside for all these Tories coming in from the sinking Tory party, and they're going to be given all the top jobs. This is my prediction. And they're already pro-immigration, pro-refugee, pro-NATO, globalist, cancel culture. I mean, it's shocking that they're Zionists, you know what I mean? Zionism has destroyed the West, the Zionist influence. The reason we've got open borders is because of Zionism. Yeah, a strong patriotic nationalist party will never be allowed to rise up because Zionist influence doesn't want that. But they do want a strong patriotic nationalist Israel. So the whole thing's a joke. The only way out of this is Jesus Christ, Christian nationalism, and the welfare state's got to go. That's my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Should we introduce this suggestion, what I am suggesting, or should they just completely scrap it? Because at the end of the day, we're in a first world country, right? We don't need a benefit system in this country because the people are not going to starve to death. Somebody will come and help them somewhere along the line. They're not going to be starving to death. If it was an African country, and all these third world countries, they don't have a welfare state. And even there, they're not starving to death, a lot of these countries. So the idea that a first world country needs to have a welfare state is just ridiculous. And it's just another tool the banks use to enslave nations, yeah? Because every Western nation is trillions in debt to the bankers. You know, socialism and capitalism working hand in hand. Christian nationalism is the way forward. Christ is King. Thanks for watching.